Hey, good morning. It is Wednesday. It's the 1st of July. Welcome to the 1st of July. Welcome to past the middle of the halfway of the year. Right guys, first workout for the month of July is going to be a little burner in the legs, okay? We have got 5 rounds. We've got 12 jumping air squats per round, 12 sit-ups per round. You're going to end up doing a total of 60 jumping air squats. Okay. The idea is to get these legs burning on the jumping air squats. The first 1 or 2 rounds might be easy, and then 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th round should be burning a little bit more. The 12 sit-ups is probably not that challenging. If you need to find something more challenging, you can either increase the weight, you can do a weighted sit-up, you can do slightly more sit-ups if you need to. If jumping air squats is too challenging for you, we're going to scale it down, we're going to do normal air squats. Okay guys, I'm not going to show you too many of the movements here, this part of the workout, because the jumping sit-ups, jumping air squats and the sit-ups are going to go through the prep work. But if you're good to go, 5 rounds, 12 jumping air squats, 12 sit-ups for time. If you're not going to do jumping air squats, normal sit-ups, or some kind of a sit-up variation, you can increase or decrease the range of reps. That's going to be your workout for today, 1st of July. Stick with us, we're going to go quickly through the warm-up briefing. Right guys, warm up for today. Quick and short. We're going to go for a quick little run. 5 minutes around the block. You can do skipping, you can row, you can do jumping. Okay. Ideally, we're looking for something that's going to get the hips nice and warm. So whether it's jumping jacks or skipping, that's fine. Then we're going to go into 20 hands to floor squat to jumping jack. So 20 hands to floor squat to jumping jack is going to get the low back and the hips warm. So all I'm looking for is a hands to floor, jump, hands to floor, jump. I don't want to see a round back. I don't want to work in the low back. Back straight, chest up. Nice work in the hips and the hamstrings. Jumping jack 2, jumping jack 3, and we're doing 20 reps. That will get your heart rate up a little bit, get the hips and the lower back and the hamstrings nice and warm, get the shoulders a little bit warm as well. 20 of those. Then we're going to do some mobility. We're going to do some mobility for the shoulders, and we're going to do some mobility for the hips. So for mobility for the shoulders, all we're looking for is some nice big circles. You're doing 20 circles in one direction. Reach at the top, reach at the top. Reach, big circles, backwards, reach at the top, big circles, 20, reach up. Then we're going to do backs and forwards. So we're going to do across the chest and clap behind. Clap, clap, let's touch, 1, 2, and every rep I'm alternating the hands over the top, bottom, top, top, top. So I'm changing my hands around every rep, and I'm touching. They don't have to be big circles to begin. Okay, just nice. So as you get better, or as you get warmer, you can start trying to bring the hands a bit higher. Now you're touching front and behind as high as you can. And you're just working for about 20 reps. There shouldn't be any pain in the front of the shoulder here. Shouldn't be any pain in the neck. Nothing between the shoulder blades. It's just getting the blood into the shoulders and increasing that range of movement across the chest and shoulders. Okay, that's going to be enough for the shoulders in terms of what we're looking for. Then we do a bit of a lunge stretch to get those hips warm. So a nice long deep stretch, hands onto the floor, hips back. I'm going to drop this hip down towards the floor. So from there, hip is down, I'm moving backs and forwards. This back leg is nice and straight, hip is stretching in here, stomach is nice and tight, hips are down, hands on the floor. Then about 10 to 15 reps, drop the knee down. This hand's going to move slightly wider, and I push this front knee out the side, and I'm pressing out. And I'm mobilizing both on the outside of the hip here, inside the groin, inside the hip here, across the body. Nice and deep. I'm doing about 10 to 15 reps. You don't have to rush this. Take your time. It's part of the warm-up. It's loosening the body up. So you have a good range of movement in your hips, because you're going to need that for those jumping air squats. Okay, so you do 15 backs and forwards with the one leg, knee down, knees out the side. You're going to change sides, do the same amount of reps on the other side. Then we're going to do just a rotation through the spine. So from here, reach, up, twist. We did these yesterday. Do them again today. You do 5 to 10 rotations on the one side, do 5 to 10 rotations on the other side. Last little bit of work on mobility and active mobility. We're going to do a sit-up to pike. We're going to do a sit-up to straddle. And we're going to do sit-up to pike, reach for the left leg, sit-up to pike, reach for the right leg. So it's going to look for this. So legs are straight, heels pressed out, toes pulled back. The first one, just do 10 sit-up to pikes. Look, we're going to make sure that this lower back is nice and safe. And I'm focusing on making sure that the low back is pressing into the floor. So I don't want to feel this low back arching, and there's no popping in the back as I come off the floor. From here, stomach tight, rib cage connected. There. Hop, stomach tight, touch. I'm going 3 touches. 1, 2, 3. Press back. Hop. Press. 1, 2, 3, 2. Hop. Press up. 1, 2, 3. I'm going for 10 of those. That's a sit up to pike. Then we do a sit up to straddle. Same thing, feet together. As I come up, feet spread open to a split, and I come to the middle. 1, 2, 3, and back to the middle, and back up. 1, 2, 3. Okay, we're going to do 5 of those. Then the next one, I'm going to come up, and I come across the side. 1, 2, 3. Back to the middle. Come up to the right. 1, 2, 3. And you do 5 to each side. That's your straddle, left and right. Okay, guys, that's going to be your dynamic mobility. So we've got that little bit of the shoulder work, circles forward this way, circles going backwards this way, across the chest, just a crisscross, and then nice and high, hands touching in front, hands touching behind, touch, and then we're going to do the sit up to pike, 10 of those, sit up to straddle, 10 of those, and then we're going to review your movements. So if you're going to do air squats, you should be nice and warm in the hips. So we're looking to get as deep as we can into that squat. Feet shoulder width apart. The moment your feet are too narrow, the knees are going to bend too much. If you're too wide, there's going to be too much inside the hips this way. So feet are normally just outside the hips, shoulder width apart, hips pressing back, nice and deep into a squat, shoulders back, chest up. Press. We go for 10 squats. Hop, 1. Hop. This crease of the hip here, when we're squatting, okay, this crease of the hip here should be below the height of the knee here, okay? So if you want to know if your squat is deep enough, as soon as this crease of the hip is higher than the knees, you need to go a little bit lower. Nice and deep, midline's nice and tight. You can see that my knees aren't coming forward, that my knees are in line with my toes, weights on my heels, knees are pressed open, hips back, shoulders back, chest up. I'm not like this. I'm working nice and hard, knees pressed open. Stand. And every rep needs to be that same mechanic. Hips back, knees open, deep, strong chest. Stand up, hips back down. Take your time on moving well. Focus on moving well. Focus on the good technique. The reps will come later. Okay, that's going to be your air squat. We're doing 10 air squats. Once you've done 10 air squats, we're going to do 10 sit-ups. Sit-ups, butterfly position. If you're doing sit-ups, you should be warm in the hips, nice and tight. Chin tucked in, touch. 1, 2, 3, inside the hips is going to stretch, lower back. Hop. 2. Don't let the head go back here, keep the chin tucked in, touch the floor. 2. If you need to put a mat in, please use a mat. Protect this lower coccyx tailbone, make sure it doesn't rub too much. If that hinging is too much for the lower back, then we're going to use nice progression, feet up. And you can do a crunch, you can do an ankle tap. Okay, if your feet need to be on the floor, then just do a knee tap, drop of the knees, chin tucked in, get that stomach to work. Okay, if you can't get your feet up in the air. Next progression's up, we're going to go to a jumping squat. Jumping squat, same thing as the air squat, it's just the more explosive in the hips and the quads. There, hips back, hop, press, hips back. The big thing with your landing is make sure you're not landing in your knees and your toes, and that you're using your hamstrings, glutes, hips, as the chop absorber to receive the weight and then explode back up into the air. So from there, jump, straight back down, heels, and every rep is nice and deep, exploding. Warm up for a good 10 reps. Make sure those knees are nice and warm. Hips are warm, heart rate's going. Do another 10 sit-ups. If you're ready and you're warm, you can go to your workout, set your clock, 5 rounds. Either doing air squats or doing jumping squats, sit-ups, whatever progression you're going to use. 5 rounds, 3, 2, 1, go. Enjoy. 1st of the month, 1st of July workout. See you tomorrow.